Good afternoon. Welcome to Dakar, Senegal. This is the FIBA Women's Afrobasket 2019 final day, and we're ready to watch the third place game between Mozambique and Mali. Well, you have to see it to believe it, folks. We got here more than 3 hours before the tip, and outside the stadium, heaving with fans just waiting to get into the arena. Senegal, in fact, do not play until the final, but all of these fans getting here early to make sure that they can get into the arena, and you can see it's filling up really nicely here for this opening game. Of course, Mozambique has been sensational in this tournament, as has Mali, but they fell in their semifinals. Senegal and Nigeria is the showpiece event, which will be coming after this, a battle of heavyweights in Africa, a game that we're really looking forward to. But we are equally looking forward to this one. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Azania Watson, and what a treat, Azania, to be able to see two teams like this play in a third-place game.
Yeah, it's awesome for, the third and fourth place game to be packed out like it's a final. So that is a tremendous feeling. As we see Mali here come out. For me, Mali lost to Nigeria 79-58. They really struggled, obviously, playing against the Afrobasket queens. They dominated throughout the game. But really, their vets, number 13, Maya Terera, she really did well for them. She put them on their backs and tried to push and get some points for them. She had 14 points and 6 rebounds. And number 15, Kulabari, their big post presence underneath the basket there, had 12 points and 10 rebounds versus Nigeria. And then off their bench, they had some good things, but I would like to point out this: Tuti Gandera, their best player, number 8, had 0 points the Nigeria game. They shut her completely down. She was 0 from 4 from the floor. She had 1 assist, 1 rebound in 27 minutes. So Nigeria definitely did a great job with her shutting her down, because if you shut Tuti down, this team shuts down. She is truly the energy. She is truly the engine of this player. So hopefully today you see her get going, and this team will get going also.
And for Mozambique, really, not a lot of people talking about them before the tournament, but you can't help but talk about them when you talk about their Twin Tower presence.
Yeah, as you see Seda here, they dominated Senegal the whole game. Unfortunately, losing just at the last few minutes. They lost 57-60 to Senegal. It was packed in here, and the Senegalese fans were, they rushed the court. They were so excited. As we take a quick pause in the commentary to listen to both teams' national anthems.
Well, always a wonderful occasion, international basketball, when you get to the medal round and you get to the you get a chance to see these teams square off and to hear the national anthems and just to see those players out there hearing their national anthem, singing it. It's quite emotional for many of them. Joyce Muchinu from Zimbabwe, Chahinas Buseta from Morocco, and Aissatotu Diagne from Senegal will be refereeing the game here to decide third place. And I think we probably know all of these players now like the back of our hand. We've seen them so much over the last several days, and they have really been a credit to African basketball, the way they've come out and played with a lot of courage, a lot of passion. And I think we haven't seen the best of these teams. I think they're going to get better, and you better look out. They clinched spots in the pre-qualifiers for the Olympics. They will not be taken lightly. Here's the roster for Mali.
Here's Mali here. And for me, like I said, number 8, Tuti Kantera really needs to get going. 15, Koulibaly, they're good. Post presence downside. And then their veteran, number 13, Maetrera, very, very good. And you'll see her in the starting lineup.
Yeah, Tereda is essential for this team. The captain, Koulibaly, Maiga in the starting lineup today, along with Gandega, Tuti Gandega, and Nasira Traore.
Good to see Maiga in the starting lineup play some really good minutes for Mali.
Replaced Roka Dumbia.
Yes, she has. And here's Mozambique. The true presence, the 1-2 punch was number 16, Seda, who had 11 points, 14 rebounds, big rebounds, and number 11, Donge, 18 points and 10 rebounds. They were unstoppable. Senegal definitely had a problem with them, and you'll see them probably starting together here.
Yeah, so Zida Mukauro, perhaps the less heralded and arguably the most important player of the team, number 6, Annabelle Kosa, Leah Donge, and Tamara Seda. Donge, if in pure terms of talent and physical presence and the sky is the limit type approach, she's got it. She's got it all. She's the player that if you could take any player off that team of Mozambique and possibly out of this tournament, that's who you would take.
Yeah, she was unstoppable, Jeff. Even attempting a dunk, which was unreal, grabbed the rim, crucial stage to get her team riled up. And what's so good about these two post players, if one shoots it and misses, they can always rely on their post partner. They are getting rebounds one after another. One had 10 and one had 14. So it doesn't matter if I'm on their team. I'm shooting that thing because they will clean up the board. So,
Julian Martinez, the coach of Mozambique, I don't think it's probably gotten enough credit, but he really had his team playing great basketball in that semifinal. They got up by 19 points, and also Sylvain Lauti. He took some type of knock on his head, but
maybe it's a fresh shaving mark.
Hard to believe some journalists took him to task in the press conference. But you know what? The expectations are high in Mali. This is a country that has finished the top of the podium, and when they do not, and listen, he's got them playing beautiful basketball when they're turning on all cylinders. So
yeah, both of these coaches coach their team very, very well. So definitely be the battle of who coaches their team the best, who manages them throughout this whole game. So it'll be a real exciting one. I'm excited for this third, fourth place. Definitely going to be a thriller.
I think in terms of numbers and overall talent, I think this Mali team probably has more. But in terms of the special talent, I dare say that this team, Mozambique, has more. So we are
definitely can't count them out. It's exciting for me as a post player. Some good quality posts from Mali. Koulibaly still coming up, and Maiga, great jump shot. And then I really enjoy the other two down the other end.
So apparently we have an issue regarding Mali and the jersey. They may have come out, I'm thinking, in white. So they're having to get their different colored jerseys out, so I don't know if that means there's going to be any type of delay. I certainly hope it's not going to be a situation like unfolded in the Pan American Games.
Look at this picture here. Look, both teams have white shorts on. Mali do have their warm-up tops, which are red, but both teams are in white.
Yeah, that would be a cataclysmic mistake. And maybe, again, let's hope that this isn't going to lead to anything to ruin what is already a special occasion with so many fans. On the other hand, if there is a delay, which is acceptable, it allows more of the Mali fans who are still kind of queuing up outside to get in, and
oh, there was definitely a big line outside, wasn't there?
Yeah. So we'll see what this means. But there is Sylvain Lauti, the head coach, who was taken to task, and a very bubbly character, very enthusiastic. He also used to coach the men. He is the general manager of Nancy men's club in French basketball, and also, believe it or not, a coach in nearby Luxembourg of a club. So he says he's able to wear all of those hats and to be effective. There he is again, Sylvain Lauti, the head coach. And I'm assuming the uniform situation, again, will be solved here shortly with Mali showing up in their whites, we understand, and waiting for their color jerseys. And Julian Martinez, well, he's been around. I know he's been, for example, an assistant coach of the Latvian national team many years ago, in fact, back in 2009. And 10 years later, here he is at the helm of Mozambique. And there's so many good coaches in and around Spanish basketball. That's the only reason why it would explain that he hasn't actually coached one of Spain's national teams, because he knows what he's doing. So we'll see if he can spring what I would consider to be an upset today against Mali. And yes, we are still waiting
I wonder
for
which
the
team
green
was
jerseys.
supposed to be in white today, I wonder.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be Mozambique are supposed to be in the white, and it's Mali that are supposed to be in the green, much like yourself today, in fact. You're wearing all green.
Thank you.
You have dressed.
Is that a compliment?
It's like there's a movie. What was it? Anchorman. Ah, girl, you dressed up fine today. You look good.
Thank you, Jeff. I thought I would, it's a big day. It's the championship day. I thought I would, dress for the occasion.
I dressed in the uniform, which is what I like to do. I like people to know.
The FIBA broadcast T-shirt.
Host broadcaster. Yep, FIBA. And what a joy to come to Senegal in West Africa and to experience this. I mean, let's talk about this just for a second here.
Yeah.
Best fans
in the world. Easy.
I'm not going to say best fans in the world, but I'm going to say the best fans in Africa and some of the best fans in the world, because there's some great fans all over the world. I just want to throw that out there. I can't say that one fan necessarily is 100% better. For example, in Europe, when France play, they usually pack it out, don't they? Also, up in the Baltics, especially Lithuania, their fans travel everywhere.
When I played in Hungary, they were pretty good as well. They got there early. But in terms of dancing for 40 minutes.
Well, that's a different matter altogether. Yeah. They are the best. They have two huge sections of Senegalese basketball fans that come to every game and fill up an entire section, if you can believe it. Now, this is one of them, wearing all green. It's kind of like a fan club. And they will shake, rattle, and roll the whole time. Then you have the normal fan as you look throughout the arena. And you can see people wearing different colored things. But then literally in front of us, there's another fan club wearing the Senegalese colors that will be packed in the house, and they tend to come in a little bit closer to their team's game, although many of them actually are here right now.
Well, I would love to know the total number of people in here. This can hold 15,000, right?
Yeah, and right now, I think it's safe to say we're probably sitting at about 9,000. Well, I don't know, but I can't see above us, actually. It's probably more like 8. And the people are going to be coming in throughout the day. And we actually left really early today to get here because of the traffic. And lo and behold, we actually had rain today, and not just any rain. It was like the heavens open. So I was thinking that we might be coming to the game in a boat, perhaps skiing, and being dropped off. But in fact,
I was trying to get to the pool for at least an hour before we came, but the heavens opened.
Yeah, and it was nice to see the some of the referees doing their workouts today and swimming in the pool.
With the rain as well.
But actually working out. They weren't going for a joyful swim.
Oh, no. They get, fitness
They get submerged.
testing.
Yeah, exactly. They have to make sure they're doing their running and everything. So, again, this is the third place game that we're getting ready for between Mozambique and Mali. There's Coach Martinez wondering when the show is going to get on the road, waiting for Mali to get their green shirts. And I think it goes without saying that if, in fact, this situation, and yes, it is. I mean, we should have tipped off 7 minutes ago. This is great patience, but I mean, personally, I'd rather see a game than a 20-0 forfeit.
Yes, I've seen that before, actually. A team came in the wrong colors, and you have to forfeit the game.
It happened recently in the Pan American Games. And Argentina had to forfeit their game against Colombia, which is tragic, really, when you consider all the time and effort that the team puts in. And it's basically through some type of clerical mistake. But you hope the players aren't confused about what's going on, like the people that have somehow made the mistake of bringing in the right color.
Well, Mozambique have taken the idea, whoa, look at that fan.
Yeah,
that's skull mask. That's pretty scary.
He gets the Scary Fan Award.
Yeah. Mozambique have taken the choice of taking a seat.
It's not surprising that we keep looking at Tuti Gandega, because she's one of the stars of the show that you referred to. And yes, I don't know, honestly, because nobody has told us yet if there's been like a time limit set, because obviously this impacts
the following
numerous things. You know, people have flights to catch. People have, broadcasting. They're supposed to show games from a certain time. So space has been booked, but all we can do is tell you what we know, which is that Mali are waiting for their green uniforms. And in all fairness to Mozambique, they're showing great patience and a good sense of humor, just sitting down and relaxing before this show gets on the road. There's Tereda, the coach, and Rokia Dumbia.
The thing is, unless the manager has brought the other kit, I know as a player, I own my white and dark kit. And what we did when we traveled, we didn't even put it in our suitcases. We always put it on our carry-on, so in case of loss of luggage or, you just take out all of that scariness. So as a player, obviously we're told what color to wear, and I've left that other color at the hotel. I don't pack that opposite color of
I think what surprises me about this, and don't take this as criticism, but what surprises me is that after what happened only, 10 days ago in South America, this has happened here. You would have thought, because I actually saw what happened in South America when I was watching TV in the hotel room. But like the 10 minutes that I had it on, a story came on about this. So it's not like this wasn't broadcast around the world. And but again, we just don't know. I just don't know how a mistake like that happens unless.
I remember I had a great manager, and she always was so afraid of these moments that she would, seek out the other team that we were playing and say, hey.
Just double checking.
You're in white tonight, right? Yes. Okay, we're going to wear blue or red or whatever your colors are.
Do you see any type of advantage in wearing one color or the other?
No.
Yeah.
No. unless you have a favorite kit. When I was in college, we had a black kit, and I don't know, we always played better in this black kit. I don't know why, but no advantage. I would say now you have to worry about how long this break is going to be, because if you started your warm-up, if you started your routine, you know, you might start to get a little bit cold, muscles get a bit tense, so you just want to be careful. Like I said, Mozambique have chosen to sit down and relax for a little bit.
Do you think that was the instruction from the physio or the coach or
100%, because all 12 are sitting down. So it's definitely a team decision where Mali are just
by the way, number 11 is Leah Donge that we're talking about, who is the
unstoppable,
possibly the most naturally gifted and also size-wise player that you would want to have in your team. And the other thing I think it's important to point out is that in terms of like the organization of this event, other than the storming of the court after Senegal's win a couple of days ago, has been pretty impeccable from my standpoint. So that's why it's unfortunate that this has happened today, because I think African basketball has really shown itself in a good light in this tournament. And in terms of, I mean, all you have to do is, I know that you live in social media, you're always on it, and when you look at social media, you're constantly seeing a lot of pluses, a lot of news and information about what's going on here at the FIBA Women's Afrobasket in Dakar. So what is the one, give me the one moment, I'll give you like 10 seconds to come up with this while I'm thinking. The one moment, your favorite moment, or the moment, the unforgettable moment for you that you're going to take away so far from this FIBA Women's Afrobasket, having been here from the very beginning?
I would say the love and the hospitality of the Senegalese people, really accepting us, being very genuinely nice. That's my one thing of the country, but of the tournament, I would say either Senegal's comeback, because I was really happy for the fans here to experience. You know, they've come out every night to support their team. So for Senegal to make the final, that is really good. And I have one more, sorry. The 0.8 out of bounds play by Angola.
To beat Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay, because they were in trouble. They made that 0.8 seconds. Was that the go-ahead basket or the game-tying basket?
They won the game with that, yeah.
Okay, so that was it. So,
sorry,
I guess you want to know what mine
asked for
is.
one, but so I gave you three.
I think my most lasting memory, although it's kind of like in a haze, is the first time that I saw Soraya Deheri come out and start lighting it up from Egypt. That was quite stunning, really. So you can see here it says game delayed due to competition issue, and the competition issue is Mali have got the wrong colored uniform and they're waiting for their greens, as we've been told. They could get some green shirts from the fans here if they'd like to loan them, but that guy playing the saxophone might not want to give up his, or the drum beats.
They truly bring so many different instruments.
Why don't we play a game here? I'm going to name a team, and you have to give me one thing in 10 words or less. Or just tell me like in 2 or 3 words.
Right.
When I name a team, something that stands out. Nigeria.
Dominating.
Okay.
Oh, not one word, but
Senegal.
Champions.
Okay.
I'm going to say champions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you a tough one. Tunisia.
Needs a lot of work.
Okay. Kenya.
Surprisingly, not as bad as I thought.
Okay. When I mention the name Democratic Republic of Congo.
Have a lot of... I'm struggling with that one. They have good pieces, but still need to work.
Okay, when I say Angola.
A little bit disappointing but has the potential to be great.
Okay, now you start asking me questions.
Okay.
Because I think I've got better answers than you.
Yeah, sorry. You put me on the spot. Let's see. Egypt's coach.
So, no, just ask me about the team.
No, I want...
Okay. You want me to say something about Egypt's coach?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the game. It's my game.
100% energy and gray hair.
Okay. What about Mozambique?
Mozambique, very simply, Twin Towers, Leah Donge, and Tamara Sede.
Cape Verde.
I think of small but dangerous. Senegal, I think of incredible fans, sixth man.
Nice. And your favorite thing about Senegal?
My favorite thing about Senegal is the love.
That was my answer. You cheating. You stole that from me. I said that.
Oh, you said the love of the fans?
Well, I started my answer with love.
Paco,
the #1 fan.
the #1 fan.
And he's
of
actually
Senegal.
going to China, isn't he?
Yep, because he says Gorgui Dieng is going to buy his ticket.
Wonderful.
The
That's what I'm talking
Senegalese
about.
NBA player.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I'm talking about. So caring, so wonderful, good spirit here as they're taking their #1 fan all the way to China for the Men's World Cup.
I think there's still some teams that we haven't mentioned here. Cameroon.
Cameroon.
You give it.
They got smashed by 106 points.
Yeah, I would
That's all I
say.
remember about
I would
them.
say huge disappointment.
Yeah. And that's it. We spoke about every team.
Have we?
Yeah. Sure have. Cameroon, Angola, Cape Verde, Mali, Mozambique, Nigeria, Senegal, Congo, Ivory Coast. That's the missing team.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Okay. I will say Kouyates and Diawara.
I would say inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, folks, we are waiting. We should have tipped this thing off 18 minutes ago, but Mali, we understand, has shown up with the wrong uniforms. So we're waiting for this to be resolved, for their greens to show up. And once that happens, we'll be able to rock and roll. So I'm just double checking to make sure that we've mentioned everybody. And yes, we have indeed. So we were talking about all the African teams. And one thing we haven't done is just gone through. And first of all, the top 6 teams have clinched places in the pre-qualifiers for the Olympics. So that means these 2 teams, Mali and Mozambique, as well as the finalists, Senegal and Nigeria, and as well as Democratic Republic of Congo and Angola will all be at the pre-qualifiers for the Olympics. And one other thing we haven't talked about is just the past winners, Nigeria beating Senegal in the final 2 years ago in Bamako, Mali. So you can understand why this game is of huge significance for all concerned. It's a rematch, only this time it's on neutral ground. No, it's not, in fact. It's on Senegalese ground. Last time it was on neutral ground. Mali finished 3rd last time. Senegal won it in 2015 by beating Cameroon in Yaoundé. And in Cameroon, Nigeria were 3rd. And in 2011-2013, Angola finished top of the podium. In 2011, they beat Angola in the final. Mali finished 3rd. And 2013, it was Mozambique finishing runners-up to Angola, with Senegal finishing 3rd. Yes?
Who do you have winning this game, if it ever gets started?
Well, before this happened,
Yeah.
I was thinking Mali.
You didn't think, why do you think now, why is your choice
now
changed?
I think that Mali have the added distraction of what's happened. And I think they've been put off their game a little bit, but maybe not. And I do think that Mozambique will jump on the back of Seda and Donge.
Yeah, I've really...
With Mukauro doing the dirty work.
Yeah, those were my favorites coming in. Watching them the other night versus Senegal was truly a great spectacle of basketball. I really appreciate post-play, and they were unstoppable. Really, really a 1-2 punch, and Senegal had no answer for them. So I was going with them. And now that this delay has happened, you've just got to be careful, because I feel like distractions maybe, or, you know...
How would this impact you if you were playing? Since you used to play, you had 100 caps for Great Britain. How would that impact you?
I'm a little annoyed, but I think I'm just going to go sit down and just relax and don't...
Are you mad?
Am I mad?
If it's happened to the other team and you're having to wait for their mistake?
Yeah, then I'm mad, probably. Yeah, but if personally, I'll probably just try and stay loose. Don't do too much, don't overshoot.
Fans are mad?
Yeah, they're taking a nap.
Having been with you for over a week, I'd say you definitely would have been mad.
Hey, I'm a nice person, Jeff.
So
just
Mali,
wound up.
As we're getting the great shots of the fans, which we can never get enough, really, we're waiting for Mozambique and Mali, the third place game to start. Mali are waiting for their uniforms, which were supposed to have been green today, and instead they showed up in white. So that means we have a delay. And I know
I'm taking the referees approach. You see them sitting down. No pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah. So I'm seeing some movement in the tunnel. And I don't know if that has a sign of hope that this thing is going to be resolved. But those are the referees. Yeah, they have to wait as well. You know, they get loose, they do their timing.
My problem is, Jeff, if these teams stay as far as us and and their uniforms
that thought has crossed my mind.
Yeah, if they live as far as us, we live about, well, on a good day it's about 30 minutes, but with this traffic coming into the arena, it could take up to 50 we have been stuck here an hour and a half. So this is my only concern, is if they do have to go to the hotel, is it really far?
Yeah, I don't know. Mali, I'm not sure where they were staying. Sylvain Lauti clearly is probably has smoke coming out of his ears. He's now got a bandage on his head. I saw that he had been cut on the head. Now he's got that taken care of at least. And that assistant coach appears to be thinking, how could we be in this situation?
Well, luckily I bought my fan.
Can you read the lips? What are they saying?
They'll speak. No, he's covering his mouth. He's saying, "What's going on, man? What happened? Why are we still sitting here? We should have won by now. Should have our bronze medal."
I think they were speaking in French, so I can't help you.
Yeah.
Mali have not got the right uniforms, we understand, so that's why we have a delay, which is now 25 minutes. And Mozambique are getting together. And on the other hand, I mean, the good news is that yesterday these teams had a day off. They didn't have to come out and play like the teams in the 5th, 6th place game and the 7th and 8th place game. So they've had a day off. I don't know, it's at the end of a long spell, in terms of like preparation games, training, and then the actual competition itself and travel. not the end of their travel, because obviously they're going back. They're going somewhere after this. But at the end of the tournament, this is what kind of annoys you. Oh, I see. You can't see it in your screen, but Cape Verde have actually come.
That's
so
interesting. They're still here.
Maybe they're going to substitute Mali with Cape Verde and let them play the third place game.
They came in their matching shorts and t-shirt.
Is that Cape Verde?
Yeah. Isn't it?
I guess they got their flights and they're going to go back. So, see, that's good. The delay has allowed them to come. Now, the other Afrobasket competition I went to was the FIBA Afrobasket in 2015, the men in Tunisia. And the only thing that happened there that was a bit unfortunate was, I'll never forget, Stanley Okoye, who had a great year this year playing in Spain for Zaragoza, late in a game went in for a rim-rattling dunk. And he broke the backboard, and they had to come out and replace it, and it took quite a while for that to happen. So that turned, instead of the game finishing like 5 minutes later, it finished an hour and a half later.
Right.
And we didn't actually stop the commentary. We kept talking, which, as you're aware, I don't really have a problem talking. I can talk till the cows come home, much like Mali coach Sylvain Lauti. But
we never had that problem at a game of mine. The biggest problem I've had is a pigeon was in the arena, and
was it swooping?
It was swooping, and I'm not a fan of pigeons, Jeff. I am scared to death of pigeons.
That is incredible that you say that.
Yeah.
I have 5 daughters, and my 4th daughter has an issue with pigeons.
Oh, I can't stand them. Flying rats. Anyway, I'm at the free throw line, Jeff, ready to shoot my free throws. Boom, here comes this pigeon. Comes down. I missed my free throw. Bonk. And I look at the referee. Excuse me, let me shoot that again. He said, no. And this pigeon just kept flying around. They tried to catch it, and it just stayed up in the rafters. And
there was actually, there was also a game where Manu Ginobili of Argentina, we're talking about them again, of the men's team,
a bat.
swatted a bat.
Yeah, for San Antonio in the NBA.
Yeah, and he started, they started calling him Batman. You remember that?
Yeah, didn't they have a bat issue? They were living in the arena.
They did, yeah, in the Belfry. Bats in the Belfry. So, so you don't like pigeons, that's interesting.
Nope.
But don't name your daughter Paloma then, because that's what pigeon is in Spanish.
Okay, well.
So we are now, in another minute and a half, it will have been 30 minutes, the delay, because Mali have the wrong uniforms. I think there's probably a mixture of anger, disappointment, frustration, but also a tad bit of embarrassment for
Very true.
Mali.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I got by looking over at the Mali bench.
I'm gonna text my friends in higher places and see.
I should dispatch you to go down and talk to Julian Martinez and get his thoughts on this, but I'll spare you that task because you would have to walk down the steps, walk across the court, and go ask him what he thought about events.
I say you go. I'll take care of it. I did text my friends in higher places to say, what's going on? How long more?
Yeah, so
We'll see if they text me back. I'm in.
So Zania is in full social media mode, is that right?
I'm just trying to find out when we can start our jobs here, Jeff, that's all. Mali came with the wrong t-shirts. Yes, I know this. Mali did not bring the right jersey. Yes, thank you. Yep. Waiting for the right ones to arrive from the hotel. Yep.
Okay, so I'm not sure how that's unfolding and whether or not they're like in the corner of a room and they're trying to figure it out, but we're also not sure how far away that is. I'm kind of surprised they don't just allow the players to go back to the locker room. Would you rather go to the locker room or would you rather be out here?
No, I'd just rather chill.
Okay, so you can see Mali have gathered at the free throw line, and I think maybe just giving an update.
You see coach there saying, how has this happened? Please.
Nigeria. Yeah, it's kind of a fine line between what is allowed and what is not allowed. I don't know who ultimately will make the decision whether or not they're going to say time is up. It's a 20-0 forfeit. But I do see the commissioner bending over and speaking to the Mali coaches. She's just gone over. So fingers crossed we're going to get these uniforms here, because I think really more than anything, I feel really bad for the Mali players if they're not able to play this game.
Yeah.
And also Coach Naughty and his staff, obviously. Oh, could be that they've arrived and now they're being told they have to go and put them on. Put on the uniforms. So Coach Lauti discussing with a member of one of his assistant coaches, I think it is, about events with how they're going to move forward on this. I mean, to be fair, the Mali fans, they got here 3 hours early today, so it's not like they're...
The Mali fans or Senegalese?
Excuse me, the Senegalese fans. So they're kind of like, oh, what's another 30 minutes or an hour?
Yeah, but they want to see some basketball.
Yeah, they do.
And then that means if there's no game, then they're waiting another 2 hours until the next game that starts at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it depends what the situation is for them in terms of going to work tomorrow, and it does take quite a while to get out of this parking lot at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Takes us usually, what, an hour and a half to get home? 2 hours?
Yeah, this is what I said. But I don't know where these two teams stay. But I could have sworn we followed one of these teams one night because they had a police escort, so we were trying to sneak behind them and get out of all the traffic, and I thought they drove on our side of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
You
can't
thought it
recall.
was Mali? I know there's some teams.
No, I thought it was Mozambique, but I can't recall.
Okay.
I'll just stand here and fan you, Jeff. No worries. Very hot in the gym. This is what I'm here for.
Like, for this reason, you would bring all your uniforms just in case.
No, I'm telling you this. I'm telling you as a player, I don't bring both my uniforms. I come in my uniform to the gym.
No, like a manager.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just speaking from my experience. I had full responsibility of both of my uniforms. That's why, even as a captain, a co-captain, I would tell my ladies, hey, we're going to pack our uniform and our basketball shoes and a spare socks and sports bra in our travel luggage, in our cabin luggage.
Okay, now what you can't see, the Mali players run to the locker room, I'm assuming, to put on their greens. Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. It's going to happen soon, and we'll get this underway. And I think you can see Lauti discussing with Martinez. They both speak French. I think Martinez is being gracious about it. He's probably boiling underneath, but what else can you do, you know?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Do we just get 2 halves of basketball here, just 2 quarters and game over?
Can I just say, this is probably why it's a good thing to have good relations with all of your other countries, because if they had bad relations, maybe somebody would say no.
We want the game.
We want the game.
Yeah.
But it was a friendly arm over the shoulder, and he just did it again to discuss something, and he's like, they're putting the uniforms on. Well, young man, this is not a funny situation, but you might as well have a sense of humor about it, so why not? Go ahead and laugh. There's Tamara Seda in the middle of the screen. That was, looking back at it, Mozambique lost their way the other night against Senegal. They led by 19 points. They lost their way when they weren't able to ride the backs of their Donge and Seda. Really, they kind of like, I'm not even sure that really it was Senegal that took them out of the game. It just seemed to me like all of a sudden the Mozambique guards were coming down and putting up 3-pointers.
Yeah, they kind of got away from them, but Donge did miss some crucial, the dunk and another layup. They missed some crucial.
Okay, an announcement has just been made. So thank you for your patience. Maybe you can ask what the French isn't that good. That's somebody.
Let me ask. I'll be right back.
So this is the third place game, and we are waiting for the start of proceedings. Waiting for Mali to put on their green uniforms. We're hopeful that, in fact, they have arrived. They've gone to the locker room to put them on. We're just not sure if that's why they've gone to the locker room, or if they've gone to the locker room to wait and to be ready for when the uniforms actually arrive.
It'll be interesting to see if they have a mini little warm-up or if they just start straight to the game. If they have like a 3-minute warm-up again, or I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Hey, I think, look, there's a cameraman down there, Jeff. It's time for us to see how cute I look and you unprepared.
Well, nothing like a little bit of craziness on the last day of what's been a great tournament to finish off with. But this is what we have. Mali are waiting for their green uniforms. This game should have tipped off 38 minutes ago and a half, in fact, 38 and a half minutes ago. And Mali are unable to go because they were wearing their white uniforms.
It's our time to shine, Jeff. It's our time to shine. They're going to put us on.
We're going to be, there you go, yeah. Yeah, baby.
This is our time, Jeff.
That was us. And we've actually been dancing the whole time. Benny didn't get us dancing.
It's all right. We haven't been
They
on
should have
camera.
got us dancing. But you can see that we're behind the cage.
It's all right. One more time, Jeff. Show them your moves. Show them your moves.
Okay. We're waiting. So the referees discussing again. Where are we? I don't know. What do you think it is they're saying?
Who? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, clearly they should be showing us instead of them. It's a bit disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah,
No.
seriously.
This is very important.
We got our
You need to
10
see
seconds
this.
of fame.
Yeah, we did. We can't complain.
Nope.
I don't know what they're doing.
Shouldn't take this long to change shorts.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
The other thing is, if in fact the uniforms have not arrived,
How long do you wait?
are the fans going to be upset that they've waited this long for the third place game, only to discover that it's been canceled or forfeited? So there's a serious ramification.
If this game does forfeit, do they get their medals right now?
I don't know, but it's not worth thinking about right now. Let's just hope this doesn't happen. So Senegal is in West Africa. We're right on the tip of West Africa. We can actually, where we go at night, we can see the ocean. We can see the Gorée Islands which is a place where thousands of visitors go every day, of huge historical significance, and it's been a great pleasure to be here. The food has been terrific. I've slept well. The company's been good. We've always seen smiles. We've had the luxury also of having the Senegal men's team here as they prepare for the FIBA Basketball World Cup in China. And we've been able to speak to some of them, like the point guard, Jalmeida, and also Coach Gay. I spoke to him today. And
yeah, they've got
talking to him.
They have the group of death.
They do? Australia, Canada, and Lithuania. So that's going to be a difficult one for them to navigate, without question. But the main thing is, and I think I pointed this out a while ago, the best thing about this tournament, as good and as fun as the basketball has been, and really the fans probably the best thing, without question. The fans have been the best aspect of this tournament. There's nothing like it. As you look at the commissioners and referees consultants talking there, and then the people have been really nice. So I can't complain from that standpoint.
He's ready for some basketball.
They are too. They do not look happy.
They dressed up. They got the memo.
Yeah.
Look at that outfit. Here they come. Out in the green.
Okay, we are going to have some basketball, folks. The third place game between Mali in green and Mozambique in white. And let me tell you something. It's better to play the game than to have a 20-0 forfeit, and I don't mind the fact that we've had to wait, but I think Mali probably have rode their luck. Argentina were this lucky in a recent game in the Pan American Games.
Yeah, the referees pulled them to the benches there.
They're fortunate to be able to play this game, and you really hope that this game goes on without incident now, and you really also have to feel for Mali's players, but also Mozambique's players, that they've had to wait. And also, you want to praise, especially, I think, Coach Martinez, because he's ready to go. The wheels are turning inside his head. What do we have to do to get to the podium? There's two things that maybe three things that will judge whether or not they've been successful at this tournament. How have they played? Have they played well? People will observe. They'll say, hey, you guys really look like you took a step up this year. Did they make it to the pre-qualifiers? Yes, they did. Did you get to the podium? So this is a hugely important game for both of these teams. And let's hope that we see the best out of both of them. So the game delayed nearly 45 minutes because of Mali not having the right color uniforms. They showed up in white, and they were supposed to wear green. Unfortunately, it happens, and I don't think anything else needs to be said about it. So Mali have lost to Nigeria, who were the overwhelming favorites, I think, in that game in the semifinal. And Mozambique, meanwhile, led by as many as 19 points before blowing that lead against Senegal in their semifinal. And we're about ready to tip it off in the third place game. So, without further ado, Azania, any last thoughts?
It's go time, baby.
It's go time. So, the starting five for Mali again will be Nasser Traoré, the daughter of Poker, the famous football coach. Tudagandega, Tereda, there's the coach, Sylvain Lauti. We also have Koulibaly and Maiga. And then for Mozambique, it'll be Zida, Mukauro, Kosa, Donge, and Seda. And their coach is Julian Martinez, who comes from just below Sevilla or around Sevilla. And we've had an opportunity to get to speak to both of these coaches. Really enjoyed our time getting to meet a lot of them, a lot of the players as well. I think the phrase "you owe me one" comes to mind here when it comes to Mozambique speaking to Mali. Anyway, we are off, and it's Mali in green attacking the basket to the right in the third place game against Mozambique in the white. and the red trim. So Nasira Traore spins, gets in the lane, puts it up. And Mukauro, the tough as nails small forward, grabs the rebound from Mozambique.
Good man-to-man here by Mali.
Well, that's how they finished the other night, shooting threes, and that's how they start. Annabelle Kosa now driving inside, and Traore goes down, no foul.
Here you'll see Mali on defense as the shot goes up. On defense, anytime Donge or Seda is in the pick, they're really pushing up on them, not letting them roll to the basket.
Here comes Tootie. Uh-oh, a little bit of shake and bake, and a foul has been called. I love some of the names of these players, but Tootie Gandega just has to take the cake. And she was fouled while shooting the three, so it's 3 free throws coming, and Zita guilty of the infraction.
As she hits the first, this is good news.
You know what
for
could
Mali.
have? You know what could have happened is instead of forfeiting 20-0, you could have actually given them a 20-point cushion.
Yeah, that could have happened. It's a
But
good idea.
We won't do that.
Hits all 3. Good start. Mozambique do not want to let her get hot.
Santos Senegal's behind us. Now, good rebound by Koulibaly. So better start for Mali. Mozambique.
That's 2 long distance shots for Mozambique as Tuti gets hot.
Gets in the lane.
That's 2 long shots for me. Mozambique can get something way better. You want to establish your post early. You can get the 3 anytime. Do you see how they're holding up Donge, number 11 here, closest to the screen? They're not letting her go. Here she goes with the ball.
Leah Donge passes back out. Mukauro gets it over. Now Donge thought about it, and she's going to have a shot clock expiration, and we're going to see a change immediately to be made here for Mozambique, and it's going to be Zita that goes out, and Makamo is going to come in. So
great defense from Mali, as we see Tuti.
Well, the way she started, you know it's going to be given out for free back in Mali after today. Tutti Frutti ice cream. Nasira Traore. And now Mozambique look for their first points. Here she comes. Gandega. Ooh, Maiga walked. Took a second there. It looked like a walk immediately to me.
Strike the back foot. Also looks different. She's got her hair in a ponytail. She
looks a lot different, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's had her hair in braids. She's taken it out.
Only a former basketball player would notice that.
Yeah.
Donge has it. Mukauro and Seda, I think, may have been called for a push.
She sure does.
And I'm worried about Mozambique's start because they seem to be flat.
Yeah, so maybe, yeah, the distracted ones.
Do you think they look flat?
I just think they're struggling. They're choosing the wrong shots right now. But then again, I have to give credit to Mali's defense because they are really up against Donge, not letting her get any easy catches.
How about Tereda? Maybe their most consistent player in this tournament, the captain, gives Mali a 7-0 lead. Now the drive, Mukauro, and denied, and it's Maiga is tied up with Seda, so it'll be the ball will stay down at this end, but You just hope that this start for Mozambique isn't because of the 45-minute delay, but I'm worried that some people are going to suggest that it is.
I had a feeling one team would come out a little bit flat. Yeah, it's hard. It's really difficult to keep your mind focused.
And that was one thing they were not lacking the other night against Senegal. They were supremely focused. Here's Donge driving in. Oh, look at that. And that's what I'm talking about. What kind of move is that?
Yeah, she's just so strong. She can put the ball on the floor, slash the basket. Here we see her. Look at this. Over 2 defenders, over Koulibaly, and 1. Now Mali needs to be careful because if she starts warming up, they will have trouble slowing her down. Tuti with the ball.
Tuti indeed. Shaking and baking. The crowd likes her. She's definitely a showman, a showwoman. Traore back outside to Torea.
Short on the clock.
Traore misses everything. Here comes Kosa. Annabella Kosa brings it across over to Mukauro. Donge again. The only
Foul.
That was 100% almost unsportsmanlike, wasn't it?
Yeah, she got fouled as she tried to get the rebound there.
Goodness me.
You got to do something to slow her down. And look at this. She goes up, misses it.
Watch her go down. Well, maybe it looked worse from our angle. From that angle, it didn't look quite so bad.
Yeah, but look how strong she is to get that second rebound with 2 defenders. This is what I was talking about. She is truly a true talent down low. She can also shoot the 3, but I prefer her not to. She misses the second. Tuti brings the ball down again, sets her team up.
Mukauro hit it out of Toreda's hands. Here she comes again, Tuti. This time outside to Koulibaly, and the young center brings a little bit of rain.
Nice. Real nice from her. Stretch their offense out a little bit here. Mozambique. I'm going to her every time.
Absolutely. Nobody can stop her. She can only stop herself.
Yep, and that's what I was talking about in their first couple of possessions here, as we see in a nice drive baseline, is that they can get a 3-point shot any time. She causes the defense to collapse. Once the ball goes inside to her, now she can kick it out, and now you can shoot the 3. But she's unstoppable, and Mali is definitely struggling.
This is the first one. Donge takes her time and makes the second. Now Traore over to Koulibaly. Excuse me, Toreda to Koulibaly. Now Tuti.
2 seconds on the clock.
Traore, and she shows a nice touch there. Kosa off the rim, and Toreda now quickly up ahead to Nasira Traore. The team leading 12-5, started to make her move before she caught the ball. This was her doing well at the end of the shot clock. Three-pointer again from Mozambique's Makamo.
How did Mozambique come up with that ball? 3 defensive players for Mali, and it just bounces through their legs.
Just give it to Leah Donge and get out of the way. Come on, let's stop messing around. Shot clock winding down, and the ball falls nicely to Seda. And
No.
Donge gets it, and ball rims out.
It should not have gone off that shot clock and hit the rim.
Here comes Tootie. Shot clock down to 6. She pulls up, and Seda with the board.
I think the fans are a little bit tired. They played for 40 minutes with no basketball.
Oh, a little bit of dragging of the foot maybe by Cosa, but anyway, her attempt was blocked, and Martinez is wanting a timeout. Maiga with the rebound. Turns, misses, Seda. And I think Martinez is wondering how to approach this, because his team really is about as flat as they've been in this entire competition. And Makamo shoots, misses. And Cosa has gone down. I don't know if she has a cramp. Annabella Cosa. Maiga puts up a 3, and another one. 15-5, a bizarre occurrence as Cosa goes out of the game.
Yeah, that was weird. She just falls over by herself, didn't she?
And Martinez is wondering what's going on as Lauti talks to his players, but Martinez, you can see him to the right of the screen quizzing somebody at the table about something that happened.
Nigeria's just walked in the building because obviously they would think it's past halftime and into the third, so they obviously didn't get the memo. There was a 45-minute delay, so they are here, and their game will unfortunately be pushed back.
Que ce soit un pic direct, pick and roll, ou un pic indirect, ok?
That was weird seeing Cosa go down. I didn't see any contact.
No, she just sat down.
She kind of flopped. I'm wondering if Martinez was maybe a little bit upset that they didn't stop play. Especially after how we had the 45-minute delay because Mali didn't have the right color uniforms. That's what he was having. Yeah, he's still talking. You see to the referee about the player being down, and his team up 10. Pereira's come in, number 13. Mukaoto misses from the arc. Now the pass whipped up ahead. And Maiga gives it to Koulibaly.
She was lucky
going
there.
up, hands it back off to Traore.
Koulibaly definitely had the good idea not to shoot the ball. She had Seda and Donge ready to swat her shot. So good decision to pull it out. And the captain willing her way back to the free throw line. Hits the first.
Well, Pereira has been very active and a huge difference. Not surprisingly as the captain, but also with her performance. She's been terrific. Been putting the ball in the basket. Now Donge. Mukaoto drives in. Oh, it's not working right now for Mozambique, who trail by 12 points, coming up on the 1 minute mark in the first quarter. Donge for 3. Wow, quality stuff.
She's unreal. I told you she could shoot the 3, and there it is. Her team needed a basket.
I really hope she ends up making the all-tournament team. Look at this. She comes up with a steal. Uh-oh. Don't try to block it. She'll dunk it. Was she trying to dunk it there?
No, don't think so.
It looked like she was going up.
No, she was stuck between. She's on the left-hand side. She didn't know if she wanted to shoot with the right hand or the left hand, so she shot it with both, and you miss it.
Tudi drives in. So that turns out to be a 4-point swing in favor of Mali after the Donge miss. Mukauro. Give Donge a touch.
4 seconds on the clock.
Seda backs up, fumbles the ball away, is able to get it up.
Shot clock isn't. There we go. Okay.
Final seconds ticking off the clock. Traore, and that's how it finishes. 19-8 at the end of one. Mali having brought the wrong uniforms and worn, thinking they were wearing white. Finally get the green ones. We start 45 minutes late, and Mozambique are the team that have the slower start. Mali lead it 19-8 after one.
Here we have the first quarter stats. Those 8 points are all Donge's points. Mozambique hasn't helped. They are 1 from 7 from the three-point line and 1 from 10, only shooting 10%. They're never going to stay in this game. They have to generate offense some other way other than their main player, Donge. They need to get players into this game. Definitely the 45-minute delay has hurt Mozambique, even though they were the team in the right uniform. Their mentor is definitely not all there, but nevertheless, Mali was probably maybe the better team anyway coming into this game, who had to change their uniform, and now they're in green, and not much production from the bench either, so really struggling. But hopefully here, as we go into the second quarter, 19-8, Mali up. Mozambique can find some sort of rhythm and consistency throughout.
So Tudi is on the bench now. She has 7 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. And we'll see how her sub, Asata Bubakar Maiga, we like to call her AB Maiga, number 5, she's going to receive the inbounds pass. Nope, it's going to go over to Toreda as Zita guards her from the Mozambique team. Donge has a game-high 8 points for Mozambique.
5 on the clock.
Nice jump shot.
It doesn't matter, because their true vet will get the basket for them.
Mafanella's just come into the game for Donge. Beautiful handoff to Seda. Seda just not at the races right now.
Yeah, it's just like she has no legs. She's shooting her shot very, very short.
Great hustle by Mafanella, who does have her legs and has played well in the very short time she's been on the court. Mukauro for 3. Scrapping away for the rebound, and a foul called on Mozambique. And if it's on Seda, you wonder how long it'll be before she takes a seat. Because again, she looks probably as affected as anybody by the delay.
Yeah, all of her shots have been under the rim. A little bit sluggish. But no excuses, because Mali had the same delay. So it's just who can...
Maiga for 3! 24-8.
And we've lost the shot clock in the middle of the arena. No worries.
Oh, the players are looking at the ones on the baskets. Foul called off the ball on Traore.
Maiga is a really good little player. Can I still to see how old she is?
She's 21, isn't she?
22.
22, okay. Zita. Hands it off. And Pereira off target. Here comes AB on the way. AB Maiga. Oh, boy, the crowd likes the dribbling by Maiga. Fanella doesn't rebound the miss, so another opportunity here for Mali, who just look a step faster, don't they?
Sure do. And moving the ball very well between the two. Shot clock violation there. Mozambique's ball.
I think there's anything to be said for them having played the last game 2 nights ago in Senegal. That and the combination of the delayed start for some reason affecting them more.
All I hear is excuses, Jeff.
I'm just I'm searching for answers here because they've looked terrible. 1 of 10, you can see from 3-point range. Mali, 3 of 5. Mafanella goes baseline and loses it out of bounds.
Well, I found the coolest room in the arena. It's the press conference. They have AC in there, so.
Oh, I thought you meant cool in terms of like neatest, like
well,
suave.
that's
like
VIP room.
Oh, right.
They've got all the snacks in
Oh,
there.
look at this. Knocking the ball away, number 5, Mike. Number 5, Zita, and well, good play here by Mozambique and an opportunity to get some points at the line, although she would have liked to have gone up and made the shot. Here it is again. And Maiga was not going to give anything away, AB Maiga. I can say that this is the warmest that I've felt. You talk about radiating heat, my body, by sitting next to me. This is the warmest that I've felt the entire time that I've been here.
Yeah, maybe just because so many people were here so early.
And the fact that a lot of them were literally right beside us and behind us in our position, which is unusual. We saw them storm the court. Hopefully they're not going to storm the commentator's box. Here's traveling, gives the ball back over to Mozambique. Mozambique just needs
What do they need?
a little run, don't they?
Yeah.
Just to kind of like spark themselves into life.
Yeah, get them going. Well, Donge's back in the game for Seda, so that would definitely spark some life into them. But she has to work so hard for easy buckets.
Zita lets it fly. Maiga crosses midcourt. And Njae throws it away to Mukaoro. And Donge fouled by Maiga. And Donge is saying, where's the unsportsmanlike? Watch this. Nope, she just got a lot of ball there.
I would say that's all ball too.
Okay, timeout on the floor, and I couldn't see Martinez, but he's barking. Yeah, there he is. He's still barking at the referee. I think the frustration over the late start has now gotten to him. Let's listen.
Comme ça, on va retrouver Mia. Sur le deuxième pic, passe. Mia en bas. Mia en bas.
you wouldn't think that you would need that little bit of oomph to get you going in the third place game because so much is at stake. But this Mozambique team looks flat. They look a bit tired.
Yeah,
You know,
They had to exert a lot of energy to ultimately was winning that game pretty much. I would say 4 quarters of the game, just the last minutes there. But still, they've had a day off. But I would blame the 45-minute delay.
Right. Okay.
Because you've had a day off, so that's no excuse.
So it is okay to have an excuse then.
I think this is, if you're going to give it to them, because you're saying they look so flat, which I would agree, because only Donge, she hits that free throw, is the only one who has scored, other than Zeta has 2 points. She has 9 points of their 11. So
Well, look at Maiga. Plenty of energy that she's got on display here. Oh, little crossover there. Nice dribbling by Zeta. Delma Zeta. Thank you for the fan waving.
Welcome.
Okaoto from the left. And then Tereda knocks it out of bounds. So
and maybe if Mozambique could just hit one of these shots, they could be in it. They're just relying way too much on nice crossover there. And Donge for offense, she needs help. She's not going to put up 50 points by herself. I mean, she probably could, but she definitely needs help
that
from
won't
her
be enough
team.
to win. Well, they're 1 of 12 from three-point range right now. Here it is, throwing over the defense to Mafanella. I like it. I like how she plays. Maybe a player who could have played more, in fact.
Nearly is still there.
Oh, good job by Mafanella to put the pressure on, and Mozambique gambling a little bit on defense. Njae, meanwhile, launches a three. Well, somebody's got to be open if you're committing more than one player to another player. And Njae has kind of come to life, really, the last 3 games. There's Mafanella again, little fake, jab step, whatever you want to call it, but then this is the layup.
That's a good shot from her there.
Here's Micah swooping down, now hands it off to Njae. Maiga, kind of went back door. Mozambique got there late, and Maiga stayed with it and scored. And I'm sorry, but there's no. Yeah, I'm taking your approach now. You just cannot allow Mali to score like that if you're Mozambique.
Right. They have to box out. Nice backdoor here.
Absolutely.
And then even then, they struggle to get the basket.
Oh, beautiful handoff, and yes, that's
She
gonna
won't
count it.
miss.
She'll go to the line. Leah Donge, the superstar.
She needs a highlight reel.
She does
Truly.
indeed. Look at the strength that she goes up
Where
with.
is she playing? I would love to. I'm going to have a chat with her. She's definitely going to be in a press conference, and that is my newfound love for journalism there, Jeff. So meet me at the post-game conference.
She converts the three-point play.
That's 11 points for her now.
She was in Spain with Girona. Her ball batted away. She comes back and gets it, which means she would be EuroLeague women, right? Girona in the EuroLeague women this year?
Yes. Is that where she played last season?
Ball batted, goes out of bounds. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah, I feel like I know her from somewhere. So if
Past life, perhaps?
well, no, she's played in Spain. I played 2 years in Spain, so maybe I played her then. Mozambique needs a good offensive look here. They need to set good, solid screens.
One baseline, nowhere to go.
Great defense. Just trapped her right there. Nowhere to go. Turns over the ball, travel. Wonderful sequence of defensive possession there for Mali. And here, Tuti bringing up the ball. You know, she'll get her team in a good offensive flow. Donge hits the ball out of bounds.
She will be playing for Promete in Spain, I think, for the 2019-2020 season. Yep. Ball, good tenacity. And Donge from the left goes back.
Timeout.
So both teams are retreating to the benches here with 2:45 remaining in the first half, and Mali on top 31-16 over Mozambique.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ta copine, parce qu'elle n'entend rien, ta copine, et là c'était génial, elle est prise dans l'écran. Je t'ai dit, tu remontes, tu sticks, tu as dit à Djeneba, quand il y a des choses qui viennent au milieu, recule, passe en dessous. Et toi, il faut que tu lui annonces, et tu lui annonces, et en plus, il ne faut pas qu'elle prenne Djeneba. Donc tu la sticks. Par contre,
¿Vale? Los cuernos sus y agresivo. ¿Vale? Agresivo. Tocamos ángulo. ¿Vale? Que tocamos ángulo. Venga, vamos. Su problema agresiva. Si jugamos un picarol agresiva, va para picarla en la línea de tres, de un lado a otro, y vamos a sexto. Venga, vamos.
Well, there's no doubt the Senegal game will be sold out because there's even a ring of fans around the middle of the arena who haven't taken their seat yet. And it doesn't seem like there's any more seats going other than the nosebleeders at the top. So definitely the temperature rising. And hopefully Mozambique can heat up here after this timeout.
Well, another great drive from Donge, who did actually shine for Girona last season. In the north, like an hour away from Barcelona. And she bends her knees and launches it. And second one, however, is off target. Beautiful drive. Oh, the finish wasn't quite there. But Tereda continues to battle.
Mali is actually over the limit. So if I'm Mozambique, I'm going to the basket every time this last 2 minutes so they can get to the line. I don't know if they know that.
Here it is. Oh, Makamo just had the wide open layup and missed it.
Good handle here, but good defense by Tuti. Really pressuring Mozambique's guards up.
Well, handing it off, and Seda finally gets a layup. Well, you never know. They're only down 12 points now. And maybe Mozambique can start to pick things up a little bit. Shot on the baseline, Seda with the rebound. Seda scrapping away. So another opportunity for Mozambique here right at the end of the half to cut into this double-digit deficit. And they need everything they can get right now. And if they can get Seda going, that changes everything. Because up to this point, it really has been Donge.
Yeah, she made a nice little layup then. Misses that. But truly, it was those two yesterday who were unstoppable. So Donge really needs her post partner to step it up here. She needs help if they're going to cut back into this lead. She makes the second. That's her third point. Donge has 13 points. My lucky number.
Tootie, I think, well aware that all of a sudden Mozambique coming to life. Njae goes in with the left hand and then shoots with the right. I know you find that unacceptable or preferred.
That was okay. She was in the air.
There's Donge on the baseline. Good.
Wow. She fist pumps that one.
She just looks like the ultimate pro.
Gosh, yeah. But definitely when you're just in this zone that nobody can stop you is really a wonderful thing. I haven't had it many times in my career, but it's such a cool experience when you can't miss.
Long rebound to Kosa. Now Tootie has it for the last shot. You know, Mozambique just did not get it done. I think Martinez complaining the foul wasn't called.
Offensive foul there, moving screen.
Wow. So 5.3 seconds left, and Martinez wants the timeout. Note he's not going to get a timeout. So he's trying to shout to his players, a team, a plan. I know what you need to do. You need to get it to Donge and get out of the way. Oh, yeah. Here she is, Yavangene. She did so well. Now it's Donge, puts up a three. Good. How about that?
Unreal.
Signing off in the first half. The Leah Donge Show, starring Leah Donge once again.
This is what I'm talking about, Jeff. Look at that. The rim just seems so big when you're in that flow and that zone. She is unstoppable here with 18 points finishing the half. By far the Donge Show.
Did they give her a three on that?
Yeah.
Anyways, 33-25. Mali on top at halftime.
Here we have the stats at halftime. Mozambique 5 from 20, 25%. They're still in this game, but somehow they need to do better. 50% from the three-point line for Mali. Mali winning the rebound battle, 27 rebounds there, and steals is for 4 from Mozambique. So they need to capitalize on those steals there. You see at the very top, unstoppable Donge, 18 points. She is just seeing everything go in the basket. She is definitely feeling herself, and she should definitely feel that way. Here you see a few highlights of Treya really willing her team into the lead here. But for me, Mali has not put Mozambique away, and they've left the door open. And with a player like Donge, she has told the team, "Don't worry, get on my back. I'm going to will us to the winning line and get this medal, because there's no answer. There's no answer for her. She has 18 points. They haven't stopped her. They haven't slowed her down. They haven't really, truly doubled her. So good for her. And she'll definitely come back out in the second half doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I think really the challenge for Mozambique is basketball is a team sport and everybody has to be involved, but really Leah Donge is at such a level in their team. She is so much better than everybody else. At what point do you just say, we got to get her the ball every time down?
Well, she can definitely create her own shot, but if that's the case, she's the only hot one, and I'm in the team. I'm setting screens for her. You want different staggers, you want different rub screens, something for the team to not just concentrate 5 players on Donge. You need some sort of momentum, some moving, good offense, so she can get open easy for easy 2-point shots, but she is shooting well from the 3-point line as well. I need Seda to step it up a little bit and help her post partner out.
Well, Donge, 18 points in this game and 2 of 3 from 3-point range. Surprisingly, only has 2 rebounds credited to her name. But while they have her, they've always got a chance. And as a reminder, this game started 45 minutes late because Mali did not have the right uniforms. They showed up wearing the whites and had to go back, we understand, to get the green uniforms, and you don't know how that might have impacted proceedings here. But anyway, Mozambique, having started flat, at least Leah Donge showed up and has carried them for really the majority of the half. And here's one of her moves, and we are at halftime, 33-25. We'll be right back for the second half. Lucas for 3, good! Here's another good spell of play from Egypt, and it's spinning at the right time, but Nanu blocks out Delgoed, and Italy Lucas. Oh, what a pass! What a pass! Put that on the highlight reel. Getaway puts it in the left, and here they come again. Tahedi. Oh, beautiful pass. Just makes it so easy. Looked like she was going to pass it over to Reem Awad. 33-25, Mali on top of Mozambique in the third place game of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket here in Dakar, a game that started 45 minutes late after Mali showed up with their white uniforms. They were supposed to be wearing green, so everybody had to wait for the green uniforms to be brought to the arena. Mali stayed out and warmed up on the court, as did Mozambique, and then Mali ran to the locker room. They were gone for about 10 minutes or so. Then they came out onto the hardwood and we started things. And we're speculating as to whether or not that might have contributed to a very flat start for Mozambique, because they didn't look themselves really. But thanks to Leah Donge, they've been able to kind of stay within striking distance, and her three-pointer right before the end of the half has cut the Mali lead to just 8 points. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Zanius Watson, formerly Stewart, the Great Britain international Olympian, and has momentum shifted, Azania, towards Mozambique following the last 2 or 3 minutes of that first half?
I would say yes, but only for Donge, who has been consistent throughout the whole first half. I just think Mali struggled a bit, and they've got away from, denying her the ball, pushing up on the screens on her, limiting her touches, where now she's getting going and she's feeling it, and she's in the zone. So I hope Mali at halftime has spoken about how to slow her down, because she is truly their offensive freight train with 18 points. And the closest thing to it is her next teammate, Sada Hapost, at 3 points. And 2 other players with 2 points. So she's really leading this team. Mali have to find an answer for her, and because they are getting the momentum back, Mozambique, through the one and only Donge. But Mali, I think, is doing well. They're getting help and production throughout their bench and their starting 5.
There's the numbers.
Yeah, here you see. 2 from 3, 67%.
Could have been even better had she made some more free throws, but doesn't have as many rebounds as you might expect. But she's clearly the class player for Mozambique, and especially in this game. We know Seda has also got it in Mukauro, but today it's Leah Donge, and maybe if the rest of Mozambique can raise their level of play, they'll have a chance to win this game. I mean, 8 points is. They can battle back. So, well, folks, if you're just joining us back from the break to the kitchen, second half underway, the third place game, Mozambique in white, and attacking the basket to the right on your screen, and scoring immediately with a three-pointer was Annabella Cosa.
Well needed from Cosa. Donge needs help from her teammates if they're going to come back into this. So that's great news, hitting that early 3.
Great news indeed for Mozambique. And now Nasira Traore, and the ball intercepted. Makamo is going to take it all the way down and score. And what a turnaround in the game.
That's exactly what you want from your team after a halftime. They're back within 3. So yes, Jeff, you are correct. The momentum has swung Mozambique's way.
And in a sense, you can almost feel the flatness in Mali's play.
Yeah. Yeah, they can. It has been a long, adding an extra 45 minutes is long for us, Jeff. You know what I mean? So imagine having to prepare and to play and to be out there even longer than you really, truly have to be.
So true.
Mental fatigue is definitely setting in. It's who's going to battle for this 3rd place and this bronze medal.
Well, Tereda tried her luck, the captain, and now, incredibly, Mozambique can tie it with a 3, or they can pull to within 1. The lead has been as many as 16 points for Mali. And this has been a tournament of comebacks, and Costa tried her luck. Here's Tootie. Is it Tootie time? Nope, it's Maiga time, and she's tripped up by Mukauro. Good sportsmanship by Mukauro, picking up Karita Maiga. Jump shot from Nasira Traore. Now Seda.
Good transition by Mozambique. You really want to get some easy transition baskets as much as you can there. Seda running the floor well, catching and getting the foul down low. Also a good thing to see is her get going, because she's been a little bit slow out here than I saw a couple of days ago, but it's always nice to see the ball go through the net.
Well, she's a classy player. We didn't see it in the first half, but good signs from her and from the rest of her Mozambique teammates.
She has
it is
5.
a different ball game right now. Mali looking for some inspiration. Ball knocked out of the hands, shot clock violation, and I tell you what, there's only one team in it right now, and they are wearing white with red trim. It's Mozambique.
Wow. 2 different halves we're seeing.
It's
Mozambique.
a tale of 2 halves. Great book I read once.
But I think I would prefer a better second half than a first.
Well, Makamo gets down the baseline. They swing it. Kosa, short. I suppose for us it might be a bit frustrating that they don't get the ball into the hands of Donge, but on the other hand, if Martinez is trying to develop Mozambique in basketball, he needs to get them playing the right way, and that's the right. They're able to swing it and get an open look for their jump shooter. Clearly, she can make that shot. She's already made 1 in this quarter. Traore hands it off to Maiga, and
that's money.
Yep.
Money Maiga. That's definitely in her repertoire of moves. Nice baseline jump shot here with the fake one way. Yes, nice. I like that move.
And beautiful drive in the foul. So 3-point play opportunity. And Tudi says, hey, had my hands up, but Makamo has come off the bench and scored using the left hand.
Misses the free throw. They need those, especially as it comes down, as this game is obviously going to be a nail biter and every point counts.
Traore gets down, hands it off to Torreira. That's much better.
Yeah.
She drives, draws the defense, and then dishes.
She draws Donge as she got hit by her, so I know that hurt.
Mukauro. Oh, a little bit out of control there, trying to do too much. Here's Donge, finally gets her hands on it, then she fumbles it away. Now Tudi, open floor, Makamo.
Great defense.
And it's going to be, it's a Mozambique ball.
Good hustle back defense there, because this is an easy bucket. Look at this hit by Donge there underneath. She dishes it off to the right time. I wouldn't mind the fans start getting up and playing so I can start dancing, and maybe it might help these teams get into some sort of flow and rhythm as the music plays.
Oh. And the Senegalese referee calls travel. I'll tell you, climbing the mountain is one thing, but getting to the top of the mountain is something else. They've come all the way back from 16 points down to get to within 1 point. But now it looks like Mali are starting to wake up again. Traore Well, the pass into the hands of Mozambique. Maybe I spoke too soon. Mukauro drives in and is fouled by Maiga.
Traore there is getting wonderful slicing, slashing penetration, and she's looking for the assist. She really needs to just put that up, as we see the transition basket there with the big swiping foul. But she's getting that deep in the paint. She's got to put it up on the glass and expect some sort of, as she hits the first, and maybe a foul, as Donge is being pretty undisciplined and trying to block every shot.
So that was Ingvild Makauro's first point of the day. She is 0 for 6 from the floor, but sometimes seeing the ball go through the hoop helps a player.
Definitely, we've seen that. I think Tuti needs that luck right now.
Tuti over to her teammate El Capitan Tereda. Okay, she's just a reliable.
Yeah, she's so solid.
Seda.
Good defense there by Koulibaly, keeping her hands up high, not fouling Seda.
I got some news for you.
Yep.
This place is going to be sold out. It is packed already.
Yeah, there's only one little space up the top to the right there.
Well, the pass down low, and Tereda again. She scores. And that makes me wonder if we're looking at a standing room only situation with a lot of these people right here next to us.
There's a lot of people standing behind us, Jeff.
Here's Makamo. Over to Seda. Good rebound, Traore. And suddenly it's back to a 5-point game. And of all players, Donge's kind of gone silent. See the points in the paint. 18 for Mali, 14 for Mozambique. 2 to Gandega. Loses it out of bounds.
She's begging for a
foul has been called.
See, for me, Mozambique isn't doing a good enough job to run an offense for your best player. They're just kind of standing around. For me, I would like to see more as Koulibaly shoots a shot there. Maiga with the rebound. As Donge trips up. Pereira. Yeah, I would like to see a bit more on the offensive end. It's too stagnant for me as they sub out their best player who hasn't really got going here. She does have 2 fouls. We have seen in the tournament her getting some bad foul trouble, so good decision by the coach to take her out here early as there's still 3 minutes left in the third. Momentum definitely gone back to Mali.
Here's Tuti. Launches. Long rebound to Tereda and back outside to Tuti.
10 on the clock.
3-minute mark in the third quarter. Tuti. Pass stolen by Seda, and then it goes off the hand. She made inexplicably a very hard, close pass to a teammate. And then Tereda hits the jump shot, and Mali go back in front by 7 points.
We need to talk about the captain a little bit more. She is unstoppable now.
So Jimo's come in, number 15, trying to spark the team. I don't know if that's going to make much difference for Mali, but they definitely need to change something up.
That they do. We're listening to the timeouts here.
Vamos a tener problemas con Tirer aquí, ¿vale? Siempre con ella.
Chaque fois qu'au bout de 7-8 passes qu'on annonce un, il y a le bordel. On arrive à avoir des shoots ouverts de Meya ou de Mariam. Donc prenez le temps, on joue stagger. Si on ne finit pas dans le stagger, on annonce un, vite en place. Mariam, tu poses le pic, tu lis bien le jeu, il n'y a pas de souci. Ok? Allez.
Allez.
There we see
How about that? Another
captain.
performance by the captain. You're right. And she does it time and time again.
Yeah, you can definitely count on her showing up to each game.
I mean, give credit to Traore on that one drive and to Tootie here for making the passes. But at the end of the day, I don't think anybody's better in that team when the game is on the line
Than her.
putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah, she definitely does that.
She's
She
like a
helps her
machine.
team. Yeah, she does.
So coming out of the timeout, Mozambique looking to recapture some of the magic, which allowed them to pull to within 1 point after trailing by 16. And
See, I don't like that offense possession right there. Nothing. Too much dribbling, no screening, no plays called. Good defense from Mali, but really, do they even have to do anything because Mozambique isn't getting any consistent, some sort of offense going. They fall back into the zone here. Mozambique maybe slow them down. I would shoot that too.
oh my goodness, she has just taken over the game, hasn't she? 16 points.
To me, Mozambique have coaches over there with his hands in the air. What's going on as they turn over the ball here? I think they passed it in with their foot, not over the behind the line. But for me, if a player is heating up the same way Donge is heating up and everyone's aware of her, you need to be aware of number 13 there, Terera. She is, well, how many points has she got now? She has 16 points? She has 16 points. Please, defend her.
Wow, they're going to give the ball back to Mozambique. So you have to see it to believe it, folks. It looks like there's not going to be anything, anywhere to go in this place. It is nearly full. There's one section kind of diagonal across from us, and those seats are being filled up quickly. It looks like it's going to be sold out, and when I say standing room only, there's probably going to be a couple of thousand, 3,000 people standing up. There's nowhere to move. Here it goes. Mukauro passes it down low. And Saida goes off of her hands.
What time did we get to the gym today? What was the time we
Did
pulled
not
up?
go off her hands. It went off of Molly's hands. We got here 3 hours before tip, I think.
And
so
there
it's
was at least
12, well, about 12:45.
there was
maybe.
at least 1,000 people in here.
Yeah, already.
3 hours before the game. Mind you, Senegal isn't till after this game.
Here's the pass, and Koulibaly is fouled by Mukauro. I've never seen a game where the teams can look so extremely focused and concentrated and execute well, and then those same teams just kind of like drift out of the game completely.
Yeah, that's the mental part of the game.
It's happened twice to Mozambique.
You have to stay focused through the 40 minutes, and this is the thing. Definitely, we've seen it throughout the tournament. Roller coaster teams, doing well, and then all of a sudden, a lack in concentration, making silly mistakes. Both these teams, but mind you, this is the 6th game now, the 6th game of the tournament. So, not only mental fatigue, physical fatigue was set in.
Hits
Great.
a crucial three-pointer. Crucial for her and crucial for Mozambique. Maybe that it'll get her going because Donge seems to have gone from the best player on the planet to anonymity.
She hasn't scored this quarter.
She is running at the defense, and I think the foul is it on Kosa or?
No, number 7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's on Donge.
Kosa. No,
No, it's on Kosa.
Kosa,
Okay.
yeah.
Could have been Donge, though.
That would have been a nightmare. They're over the limit here for the last 45 seconds.
So here is the veteran Traore, and she misses the first. Nasira Traore. This is the second. So they get a break. 29-39, final 30 seconds. Excuse me, she made the second, so 1 of 2. And now the foul. And the clock stops again. Well, quite a few twists and turns still to come in this game, you feel.
Mozambique not impressed with that miss of a free throw for sure. She needs to make the second. She does. 9-point game.
Final 24 seconds ticking off the clock. Why not go back to Torreira? Oh, reaching in and knocking it away was Mukaoro, but a foul was called. Three fouls on Mukaoro.
Back to a 10-point game.
And she sinks Torreira, she's going to have a huge number tonight. Roque Dumbia having to look on from the bench. Final 10 seconds. Oh, just slipping down, but getting the ball back. Kosa. She's trapped. Hands it off to Donge. Will this be her first and only points for the quarter? No, it will not. And that's how it finishes. So all things considered, Mali have done pretty well to go back in front by 11 points. And I know Mozambique and Martinez must be frustrated at having done all the hard work of getting back to within 1 point, find themselves trailing by 11, 51-40 at the end of 3.
Well, Mali's getting led by their true veteran. They're shooting 50% from the 2-point and 40% from the 3. Struggling Mozambique to get a bucket as Donge has finally gone cold, shooting 24%. For me, they're led by their veteran Mali here. Number 13, Traore, has 18 points. She is just so solid. She knows how to get a bucket anyway, anytime. Tuti is definitely helping her. Tuti isn't scoring much, but look at there, you see the assist to her captain, and there's another one. She definitely is helping her team. She's played 30 minutes right now, where she's shooting 8 from 13, Traore, 5 rebounds, and she's doing really, really good.
So yeah, Torreira is having a great game and already with 18 points. Makes you wonder how far she can go. It's interesting that both of these teams, both of these players, Torreira and Lea Donge, the stars of the game, if you will, play basketball in Spain with Torreira in Valencia and Lea Donge having played with Girona last year. And we understand that she's going to Promete, newly promoted. But anyway.
Both players back in the game.
So they will know each other. They will have played against each other. or at least they will know of each other. Here's the pass down low, and Maiga comes out, and now the lead is back to 13.
That shot is automatic for Maiga there, that little baseline 15-footer. She hardly misses those.
Mukauro from the right, rattled out. Starting to look like it's going to be Mali's day, the way Mozambique aren't getting anything going inside. Koulibaly puts up a tough shot. Well, she almost made it. Kosa dribbles head up. She gets it to Donge. She needs to go up strong. And she does. And you wonder if she just hesitated to get the contact for the three-point play.
Yeah, she waited for Koulibaly to come. She knew she was going to be undisciplined and foul her. Look at it. She waits and goes up so strong. She knows nobody can stop her. As we see Maiga's jump shot there.
The only player that can stop Leah Donge is Donge herself. And probably you if you still played.
I would definitely have my hands full with her.
Yeah,
but I would expect my teammates to help me. Yeah. With a player like that, you must scout. You must send a trap. You must send some sort of different styles to mix it up. I also would put a body on her early. I'm hitting her from the three-point line on defense, so she feels me, and definitely start the defense earlier than Mali is.
Well, where she really is failing is at the free throw line. She's now 6 of 11. Ferreira misses. And Donge with the rebound. So it's an 11-point game. And Mozambique need to start stringing together some points. The pass to Seda. Skip pass all the way to the corner. Following up the rebound, and it's going to be Mozambique ball. Great hustle by, is it Mukauro, who shot the ball, missed it, and then ran after. Watch this. She comes in. Oh, collision. Oh. Fortunate there because certainly she seemed to be more responsible for the contact. Here she is again, driving in, dumps it to Seda. Oh, Seda. What is Seda doing tonight?
Oh my gosh, please, Seda, please. I need one. She's shooting it so short. You can't get blocked by the rim. Please put it up high off the glass. Your team needs you. And then she fouls there. He might have to think about subbing her. A missed layup and then a silly foul. She knows that she must be frustrated. Here, as you see her put that last hand in. I'm not sure what type of defensive play she was thinking she was going to get there.
Well, Torreya takes the time and makes the first. This is the second. It's a 12-point game. Mukauro. Boy, that is a long three attempt from Kosa.
There was 8 seconds on the shot clock for that shot. Jeff, way too early in the offense for me.
Koulibaly for three. That's a tough one to figure as well. Now Tudi has it knocked out of her hands. And then racing up ahead. Missing the shot was Mozambique's number 13, Pareda. But then hustling down behind her to pick up the ball was Kosa. His Mukauro is going to the line. Anyway.
Timeout called.
The foul was on Torreira, and it was Kosa who indeed was fouled. with 7 seconds here in the third quarter.
Attention les filles, hein. Attention, quand on vient aider là, Khadija, ma belle, quand il y a la skip passe et qu'il y a votre joueuse là, faut pas être bloqué. Hein. Et là maintenant c'est plus Khadija, c'est toi Nassira. Hein. Nassira, si le ballon est là, tu viens ici.
Well, very impressively, we haven't spoken about it, but the double-double that Maiga now has of 12 points and 12 rebounds.
Money Maiga, my nickname for her.
So 7 minutes to go, and Donge ball goes off the hands of.
I said it was an air ball.
I don't know. It's been a tale of two halves for Donge as well. I mean, she was the player that couldn't be stopped in the first half to the player who hasn't gotten going at all in the second half.
Yeah, she only has 2 points.
Nasir Traore misses, and Koulibaly gets in there for the rebound, and Donge comes down with the ball. And then Tudi just takes the ball away from Kosa. And that perhaps, the backcourt has been a weakness, really, for Mozambique. I mean, that's just not good.
No, she's asking for a foul. You can't ask for a foul. You've got to play into the foul, so you force the referee. You can't turn and have a conversation with the referee. Good for Tuti, just to take the ball right out of her hands. Easy layup.
14 points to lead. Fast break points 8 apiece, and starting to get to look a very dodgy situation, but that came at the right time. Pereira drilling a 3 to cut the deficit back to 11.
Stop the bleeding. That shot for sure. They needed that. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Sorry.
There's a bird that was flying right at us.
Oh my gosh, I jinxed ourselves. Sorry, I don't like birds.
I think that was a sparrow.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
So
shouted down the mic. Whew.
This was Pereira's three-pointer. And Njai collided there with Kosa. Now Tuti passes back to Maiga. Traore gets it over to Tudi. Now Njaye for 3. That's good. She's got a great jump shot.
Yeah, she does, Njaye. When her feet are set, she hardly misses. That's a great shot from her.
Mukaoro splits the D. Donge there with the offensive rebound and putback. It's Donge or bust for Mozambique. I mean, she has to carry her team now. Njaye, the pass goes off of Koulibaly. So back to Mozambique. Three-point attempt from Donge, misses everything, just grazed the net.
Yeah, she's got no legs. I'm wondering after this game where these two teams going to sit. They're going to have to sit on the floor.
There's no room. It's a good thing Cape Verde showed up when they did, or else they wouldn't have gotten any seats.
Sure.
Although, to be fair, I don't know where they are. Ball turned over. Here's a chance. Mukaoro, 3-on-2 break. and tried to get contact. Tudi, meanwhile, pushes it quickly for Mali. Bounce pass. And Koulibaly picks up the foul. The crowd loves Tudi.
They sure do. I'm not loving the bird as it comes by again, Jeff. Look, it's on the court. You see him?
Yes, I do. I think he's trapped.
There's one more thing I need to worry about. How does that even get in here? How did the pigeon get in here?
Okay, now it's over there.
Definitely up my stress level.
Coach Martinez seems to have, I don't want to say run out of ideas, but he has kind of a resigned look on his face. Over there on his knees, looking at his team. It's almost as if we've done, I told you what to do. You've got to do it.
Yeah, but when Donga is shooting air balls, we know there's fatigue and tiredness setting in. For her, if that's the case, she's got to get something to the rim, and this is what I'm talking about. Nice drive as she gets fouled here. Is the easy offense. They need screens so she doesn't have to work so hard for a shot. There's the screen that I'm talking about. Easy.
Now Tudi. Tudi gets it back. Traore now over to Maiga. Long rebound. Maiga kept it alive. Pereira, three-pointer. Back to a 1-point game, or 11-point game.
That's when you shoot those threes. The ball goes inside. The defense collapses on Donga, and then she throws it out. That's the best three you're going to get from Mozambique.
Tudi shakes and bakes, gets the crowd on his feet. They love her. You just hear like a buzz shoots through the crowd.
She does.
I've never, I have to honestly say, been at a basketball game anywhere where the crowd has filled the arena and is about 3 or 4 deep, standing room only, going back. I mean, there are people standing that can't see because they're behind 3 other people right in front of them. It is packed in here. And the ball goes out of bounds and back over to Mali.
So this holds 15,000, and every seat's pretty much filled. There's maybe just a few dotted at the bottom there, probably for some VIPs, but there's at least maybe 17,000 in here.
It is quite incredible. Jump shot is good.
And she leaves that hand up. Pereira there, leaving the follow through up, letting everyone know she is on fire.
Look at that, 21 points for her. And the ball bounces off of Mozambique and into the hands of Tudi. Uh-oh, she's got him humming. The pass, and Traore misses the layup.
They need those ones, but Mali's still in control. They're playing great defense down here.
Kosa drinking at the last chance saloon here. The basket is good on the baseline. And the bird that's flying around the arena just perched on the big jumbotron in front of us.
He wants a better view. He wants a bird's eye view. Oh, gosh.
I love it. So witty.
Yeah. 2 weeks with you, my jokes.
They've improved, I have to say. Here's Tudi driving in, and the foul called. It will be interesting to hear what Coach Martinez says in the press conference and then away from the press conference as to what has happened to Mozambique today.
Are we going?
I don't think we can move. If you want to go anywhere, you're not moving. If you look behind us, there's nowhere to go.
Tudi misses the first. I'm going because it's much cooler in there. We've got about half an hour between the games.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah. I say we go, and then we can ask an interesting question. Hits the second.
64-52. Kosa dribbles it out of bounds. And
that's the game right there.
the performance continues to suffer. Are your fans sending you messages?
Yeah, they like my bird's eye view.
You see, I told you I've had a positive influence on you.
I think you have.
It's
But
called
I am
maturity.
the funniest family member in my
Okay.
family. Just to let you know.
Okey-dokey. Even more than your crisp-eating sister. Here's Njaye. No, that was Diallo, excuse me. She gets it back. And now back to Tootie. Tootie, crosses back the other way. Now spins, gets inside. Oh, the crowd is going to love it. They can't get enough of Tootie. Tutti Frutti.
That is the #1 highlight of the day. Scoring on Donge. Nice spin move and finish inside by Tutti Frutti. But on the line, another turnover for Mozambique. They might as well pack up and join the crowd to celebrate the next game.
And the ball goes off of Pereira. Well, I guess Lauti is just going to leave his starters out there and let him see the team home here in this battle for third place, which had the bizarre late start, 45 minutes late after Mali showed up with the wrong uniforms. So they can consider themselves lucky that they even played the game.
Because they would have lost.
Yep. And Seda rolls to the basket and scores.
That would have been interesting, hey? They win the actual game, but they could have potentially lost by
That is the irony.
forfeiting the game.
That is true. So the applause for both teams that have had a great Afrobasket. This game has not really come to life as perhaps we might have anticipated. For whatever reason, the late start or the players being tired. But nevertheless, you got to tip your hat to Mali. They came out, they took on the team that we believe is going to win the title, Nigeria. And they lost to them, and they've come back strong and won against Mozambique. 66-54, Mali win it over Mozambique. So what a game for Maya Pereira and Kadida Maiga.
Yeah, definitely great minutes as Mali dance in the middle there. Great game from Tutti there. We see the stats. Mali shooting 48% from the 2 and 36 from the 3. Out-rebounding Mozambique 47-37. Steals 9 Mozambique got, only 5. And the turnovers there, Mali did actually have 20 more than Mozambique as the crowd claps and applause.
Mali and Tutti.
Yeah, but also...
And Mozambique.
Yeah, but also Donge for playing so well. You know,
Yeah.
it was a tale of two halves for her. She ended up with 22 points, as you see here, and Pereira 21. And Tutti Candera with 12. She
Along
really
with Kadida
and Maiga with 12. So really good job from all of Mali. Well deserved. Even though after a 45-minute wait, they definitely played well. Is that 9 minutes 23 till the next game? So they're not going to give the teams a full 30 minutes to warm up. So do we start back in 9 minutes?
Yeah. We don't know. We'll see. It's been a great great FIBA Women's Afrobasket, and on final day, it is boiling hot. The fans have come out like nobody's business, standing room only, and they have watched the third place game that was won in the end relatively comfortably, I think, by Mali, who, despite having a 16-point lead, cut to just one, held on, pulled away for a big victory at the end. Tuti Gandega spins and scores and really got the crowd on their feet, and a lot of happiness. And Mali, well, I can tell you, they weren't dancing while we were waiting for the start of the game and while we were waiting for their uniforms, but they're dancing right now. So 66-54, Mali over Mozambique, and now we get ready for the final, which is supposed to start, as you said, at 6 p.m., but I think it's going to be pushed back just a little bit following the delay to the first game.